Okay guys, so we're going to look at now our opportunities that you might find to deliver strikes in the process of defending against an edge weapon. Okay, and there are several points that you could look at that, but the one that we're going to look at is when we have gained attachment of the arm, okay, and we've been able to get in control of it. But at this point now, I've been able to succeed in getting to this point, the C, the contact and control, but I don't have the momentum, the balance that I'm looking for to facilitate one of my takedowns. If there's any kind of delay in that and I've lost that momentum, that might be the opportunity to strike. Now, my recommendation would be if I did have that momentum for a takedown, that's going to be my priority. Don't waste time striking when I can actually use the ground to deliver some trauma to him and with a dynamic takedown. Okay? But I've lost that momentum and I need to regain it somehow. I can start looking at strikes. Now, strikes can achieve a couple of things. The trauma in and of itself could conceivably knock him out or hit him to the point that he's not unable to continue his fight. That would be the best case scenario. At the very minimum, I'm trying to deliver some kind of a distraction, something that's going to create an opening for one of my takedowns. So I'm in this position. I want to be able to look at things and walk through things that I might be able to do. And so I want you to, when you drill from this position, kind of walk through some of those. I want to do it without relinquishing control of that arm. Okay? So a couple of things that I could be doing. I'm going to start from the top here. My head. Okay? Right here, I could be driving my head right into it, especially if his face is up looking at me. Then I could drive this front part of my head right into his face right there. Okay? I don't want to do this type of motion right there, because if I do that and he drops his head towards me, then I may end up taking the worst part of that. So drop the head and just drive forward right there. That's one that I might be able to do. Now let's go down to the other side, down to the feet. Okay, with my feet, I might be looking at, it depends on the position of his legs. If the other leg was forward like that, this might present me the opportunity to do some kind of a cross stomp, where I'm just lifting up and kicking it to the inside of his knee. Okay, I might be stomping my foot right there, foot stomps, cross stomp right there to the inside of that leg. So the feet can be used to deliver some strikes also depending on my position. If this foot was further back, then I might be looking at the opportunity to just drive my shin right up into the groin too. So I need to kind of quickly assess what my targets might be down here. As I come up the leg to the knees, I'm going to put that foot back where it was originally. Position like this, I might be looking at driving my knee into the side of his knee, or even this knee right into the side of his knee. So as I do that, I might be wanting to switch, boom, drive that there, drive that here. If his face was low enough, I might even be able to hook here and drive that knee right up into the face in that position here. Even if I don't do that, that's just going to help stabilize that so I can deliver a little bit more trauma. Even in the absence of that, I might be able to still drive a knee up there and just catch him with a good strike to the face. So I've got the feet, the knees. Let's kind of walk up to the arms, what I might be able to do here. So a couple things. One, on my entry, I may have already delivered that strike here, but I may see the opportunity to just do that again, bang, right up here, either with my knuckle right under the nose, or I might be able to stick my fingers into his eyes here to get a distraction. So those are some possibilities. I might be also able to come down from the same hand and bang, right there into the groin. Get hit there, and that may be a distraction that sets up one of my takedowns. So I've got up and I've got down with that hand. Okay. My other hand, I don't want to spend too much time away from control of this wrist, but another possibility, if his face was up a little bit, would be to take the inside of my forearm and just drive that under his nose right here. Bang! If his head was higher, maybe even coming under the throat into the trachea. And immediately, as soon as I do that, I got to practice hit and then regain control here. Okay? So even if I do that and his arm starts to bend, then I can still hook in and control that arm again, but it's going to be a quick bang. Okay? Possibilities also exist that I might be able to do that with the elbow right there. Just a quick chopping elbow I'm keeping control here, bang, and then come back here. Okay? I could do that with my other elbow too. I might, if I think I can do that without losing control here, and just strike right into his elbow, into his tricep, bang, with that hand, and come back in. So my elbows might come into play. Okay? So just getting the balance and just kind of walking through these strikes. I know we're just kind of walking through them. Every one of these techniques we're talking about, whether it's elbows, whether it's knees, okay, every one of these could be isolated and trained on its own. That's not the focus really of at least the fundamental edge weapon countermeasures course. But these strikes, trained or untrained, can be effective if I just do it with some good balance. Training and isolating them is something that we do in other modules of TRICOM, particularly our natural impact weapons module, that you can find in some other videos. But at the very minimum, we're just trying to get an idea here of what I can do with regards to strikes to help set up different types of takedowns. Right? So add that to your training.